Hi everybody, this week we want to talk to you a little bit about a really cool event that's going to be coming up in town. Hi everybody, today we are here with Bob Grayson. How are you, Bob?
I'm great, thank you.
We want to tell you about the Y-Bridge Arts Festival that's coming up in August. I know a lot of you have probably been there, but if you haven't, you've got to check it out. It is really cool that we have this in our town of Zanesville. So, Bob, can you tell us a little bit how this really just came to Zanesville?
Well, first of all, I want to go back and say that Zanesville now has gained and earned the respect of being an art district, an art colony, and we're viewed throughout the Ohio area in southeast Ohio now as being one of the main cultural destinations in the arts. With that, we've had enough support and vision from several people, but I would have to give Linda Regula the credit for envisioning this arts festival years and years ago. When she and Jim came to town, she kept talking about the arts festival. She wanted to have the arts festival. She wanted it on the Y-Bridge. And so that was 11 years ago when it happened. It took 2 years to plan it. And with that, I think we did everything right in terms of networking with the business community, networking with the media, networking with the other art partners in the community, and it happened. So that first year, 11 years ago, we were on the Y-Bridge. And needless to say, it was kind of interesting. The bridge was hot, no electric on it. The city of Zanesville hustled to put electric on there for everyone. We had a band stage right in the center of the Y-Bridge. Up and down Main Street, as you approach the Y-Bridge, we had vendors and food vendors, just a number of good things to happen. And as it grew, we grew off of the Y-Bridge, and we also found that in order to make that event happen, the city of Zanesville had really invested in a lot of labor and a lot of money to make that work. So they offered Zane Landing as another destination for us to use. Once we got there and we had access to the river, the green grass, the Lorena, and all of that ambiance that creates us a literally destination for the arts. We've all fallen in love with the Landing. Now, Linda would love to have it back on the bridge, and so would I sometime. But we know now, in the best interest of the vision we have, the Zane Landing works well. That location, though, is also dependent upon the support and the support of the city of Zanesville. So the mayor, his city staff, and all that come, they're working there now in getting the place groomed and ready. It means we have to add a lot more electric than we normally have for the food vendors. It requires a lot of other things we have. The Department of Recreations brings picnic tables in. They trim and crop the place to make it look beautiful. This event now has grown so large, it requires partnerships with our community art partners, with the city, Chamber of Commerce, the banks, all the businesses that love arts like you guys do, and many other businesses. It wouldn't happen if it weren't for everyone. So it's not just Linda nor Bob or a committee. It's now become a passion and a commitment off of everyone to make this work.
It really has, and it's become a really big summer event here in town too.
Yes. We tried to do a head count. It's hard to do. From looking at the parking lot and doing car counts and looking at the number of things we give out, we know we exceeded 3,000 people maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And today, I'm convinced there's 4,000 to 5,000 people that will be there in the 2 days. And we have over 65 tents that'll house almost 100 artists, and they're coming from all different states around. Occasionally we have people from China that Dr. Janssen brings with them, and his art students come and they help support us. And so we have a real strong mix of a lot of people.
We really do, and I think it's really unique that you have kids art that's going to be there too.
Yes. The year that I gave up the children's area to be the director of the Arts Festival 7 years ago, the Zanesville Museum of Art took that over, and they made it into a much greater event than I could have ever done with their resources. So they take care of it all, and they find sponsors, they do creative things. We have one group that sponsors paint parties for the kids throughout that time. This year, the Community Foundation is helping to sponsor an art show for the children, which is the first year to do that. We borrowed the idea from another festival, liked it. And you know me, with young people, we have some beautiful pieces of art that they'll be displaying. They're going to be recognized, they'll be judged, and they'll get prizes for it.
Which is great. I know we've talked about this before at NVTV, but we find it so important for kids to get involved in the arts because of not just creatively what it can do to help them, but even mentally and physically, the skills that they can have from adapting to the arts.
Well, it serves a lot of purposes in that way. First of all, I feel like the children in Southeast Ohio have a right to have every art opportunity that anyone from a large city. And between the different art schools that we all sponsor for children in the area, we try that. We do that in the public schools. But I find that the art festival now, because we focus so much on children recognizing their work, we're doing that.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's a really cool piece to have as part of the Y-Bridge Arts Fest. So if somebody is new to the festival and this is going to be the first year they attend, what should they look forward to?
Well, first of all, they will look forward to seeing this wide range of tents that makes this huge horseshoe shape, and they're going to meet and greet people doing all kinds of art. We have sculptures that are being made from farm implements to sculptures made from polished chrome, steel, to people that make wood art, people who make art out of books. And we're not talking about crafts. We're talking about a true form of art that is one-of-a-kind pieces. We even have a gentleman that's making swords and knives and things that's one-of-a-kind pieces. It's beautiful. We have a guy who does spray paint art. We have people that will be standing out in front of an easel, and they'll be doing a plein air version of something that's inspiring them. Photography is everywhere. We have so many good photographers that come to the Arts Festival. We have people that bring pottery. There'll be a demonstration going on with the pottery turntables and spinning art for people. There'll be people doing fiber art. And everything, every media you can think of, we will have represented there.
And I think one thing that's really cool about this event is not only will the artists be there with their work, but like you said, the artists will be creating art. Yes. There's live shows that happen throughout the entire 2 days of people creating and really showing how they make their art. I think it's nice to see the art, but it's even better to get to witness them creating it. Yeah.
Then another piece of this, we don't want to forget the performing piece, because
absolutely
the band shell or the amphitheater serves as the home for 2 evenings of good quality music in the area. If people like the Wayfarers and like a bluegrass group that literally 10 years ago were just young people just walking around the place, and now today they're a professionally produced group, they'll be playing on Friday night, and they'll be there, I think, at 6 p.m. And then at 9 p.m., Stephen Fox and the Whiskey Snakes will be playing from Columbus. And then prior to them playing, we will also have Evan Aboud, who is one of our local musicians. Saturday, we have coming back John and Hannah Moore. They'll be playing at 5. And at 6, we have a local group of musicians by the name of the Potentials. But then the big show is Saturday evening at 8 o'clock, and we have a group coming from Chicago, a blues group called Omar Coleman Band, and Brian Quinn of Zanesville is a part of that band. So they're coming. We've spent a good investment on bringing them here, but it'll be a wonderful evening for everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be fun for all ages too.
Yes. And then we have to remember food trucks. We have a lot of food trucks, and Smith's from German Village is making a return this year, Russo's that are local. We have several more. Ritberger's sausage truck is coming. We have many more than I can even think to mention that will be there. And we'll even have snow cones and ices and stuff for the kids. Yep. So we have a little bit of everything for you. So I don't know, I'm just really proud of how this is all pulled together to make it a first-class event. And our goal is to bring people here, and when they leave, they say, gosh, I didn't know Zanesville had that. We want them to leave with that look of stun and surprise and awe, and also be willing to come back.
Right. And I think the Y-Bridge Arts Fest is a great way to really learn more about it.
We open on Friday, August 2nd at 11 a.m., or no, 2 p.m. We'll be setting up Friday morning. It will be ready to go at 2 o'clock, and we'll go until dark on Friday. Saturday, we open up at 11 a.m. We run until dark again.
Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you have questions about the festival or if you have questions for Bob, you can send us a message, drop us a comment below the video. We can get with Bob, get your questions answered.
Sure.
They have their Facebook and their website, which you're obviously more than welcome to visit. And if not, we will see you guys next week.